Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, came to Washington this week. As far as you know, what was his agenda?
Well, just the arrival and the welcoming ceremony already has been a great success for the Crown Prince to be welcomed in an unprecedented way to the White House with this military band, military on horseback, escorting him into the White House and the flyover. The president personally walking him through already shows both the respect that the president has for him and the partnership that the United States is demonstrating with the kingdom. Under Vision 2030, the Crown Prince has put a priority on diversifying the economy. This year, for the first time ever, 55% of GDP actually comes from the non-oil sector. So as they look to attract data centers, for example, they just don't want to be host to them. They want to build out a whole infrastructure around data centers to be an electricity and cheap energy supplier, to building out the whole AI network, to attracting AI networks, to being the world's leader in e-games. One of the benefits that Saudi Arabia has is obviously it's one of the largest countries in the Middle East, and so they can provide space for manufacturing data centers to provide that technology. There's low-cost energy for building up the AI infrastructure, so they've been in discussions to build out their own AI infrastructure. They have their own domestic champions that they're building out, like Humane. They've opened up sectors to 100% ownership by foreign firms.
It's not one-sided. Western investors are responding to the friendlier tone and are at least dipping their toes into the kingdom. In the past year, tech companies like Tesla and Scale AI have moved operations and offices there. Stephen Cook of the Council on Foreign Relations says Saudi Arabia is opening up with some limits.
Saudi Arabia is now open for business. Of course, there are restrictions. This is Saudi Arabia, after all. But the Saudis are interested in bringing the world to Saudi Arabia. They look at its location. They see it as an important center for culture, sports, tourism, technology, and logistics. I think the Saudis are kind of opening the door to all of these companies who have expressed a tremendous amount of interest in coming to Saudi Arabia. But there is issues related to kind of, from what I understand, related to what the Treasury Department and what the Commerce Department will allow a company like Google or Apple to do in a place like Saudi Arabia.
What about countries other than the United States as possible investors? You're seeing, for example, from Europe.
Yeah, you're seeing general interest in the quote-unquote new Saudi Arabia. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, his mantra has been to make Saudi Arabia a normal country. Now, he is not a Democrat. He's not a liberal. This is all top-down reform. But I think what he sees is most Saudis are 18 to 50 years old. And if you're going to make your country prosperous and you're going to want to have that cohort staying there and making their lives there. And so he's been inviting investment from all over the world into the kingdom so that people can work and live and enjoy their lives like they would if they were in the United States or Europe.